select here, and Twisted Fate going to be banned away from the Chiefs. Not going to see that out of Kensti, and Azir going to be the answer from Avant Garde. Siva, as we were talking about before, banned away one more time from the Chiefs. And Avant, Kalista, of course, not going to let Radiant have that champion, and we'll see how things deviate from our bans last time round. Rai's going to be banned on the blue side here. Swiper not looking to pick that one up, nor is Swiffer. And Avant thinking about their final one.
And if I'm Avant right now, I am seriously considering the dreaded Tristana pick coming through here. Just because I want to do exactly the same thing that I would have done with Siva, but now I can do with Tristana, and that is just shove a minion wave. Because right now, it does not look like AV can go 2v2 against Radiant and Egypt.
Well, that was demonstrated in the last game, most definitely. Alistair is going to be the final ban for Avant, as the Chiefs now looking at their first pick. And what stands out to you, Spawn? Do you think the Rek'Sai is worth first picking here for the Chiefs?
Definitely can. Doesn't give much away. Braum was a very good pickup last game.
Good point.
Ejim is so comfortable on that champion and plays the laning phase for a melee champion really well, able to tag people with that Winter's Bite. So wouldn't be surprised if they didn't give anything away and just pick up a very neutral, tanky member for their team to be able to get it done.
Well, Gragas is what's being considered here by the Chiefs, wanting to get Shelby off that champion. See whether that is going to be the last option here, as the Chiefs still have 14 seconds to play with. Swiper looking like he's pretty determined in the pick. Some nods from the top laner there of the Chiefs, and they lock it in.
So going to be probably swapping junglers here. Wouldn't be surprised if Shelby gets back on his most played.
Yeah.
And goes back with a Rek'Sai. See if he can get the vision game going in the early game, using that Tremor Sense to invade.
Well, AV now with the 2 picks available. Victor wasn't looked at all last time around, and do you think that's sort of a sign of the patch, Spawn, or they just decided not to play that one here, as Porky now going towards the Maokai and Shelby looking at the Braum? This would be smart.
Yeah, so picking away a comfort pick also denies what is left of the Ezreal AP mid lane, although it has been touched up this patch to not really be as potent as it was before.
Yeah, we have seen that Ezreal being played with sort of Rabadon's first anyway, instead of the Luden's Echo, so with the buff to the Runeglaive, still a decent pick away, but you're right.
Definitely still relevant, it's just doesn't get the same poke value out of the Ludens. When you look at how strong AP Kog'Maw is on current patch with the Ludens and the Rylai's change and the fact that he's just got such a smooth itemization, there's not really much point to pick an Ezreal over a Kog'Maw right now, you feel?
Yeah, to do the same thing. Apart from the fact that Ezreal's so much more maneuverable on the Rift, but we'll see.
Hey, you get to take Ghost with Kog'Maw, just as maneuverable.
That's a good point.
Ezreal has to take Smite.
Well, if you take, you know, the Poacher's Knife version of the thing, you also get a mini Ghost if you smite one of their camps. See? Did my homework. Not really. Spooks is going to be able to take away the Morgana, though, as Swiffer moves over to Fiora for a moment and instead locks in the Fizz.
Yeah, that'll be a top Fizz coming out. Swiper actually thinks it is the strongest champion in the top lane on the current patch. Little bit more aggro version of how he used to play Hecarim. Takes Ignite still in the lane matchup.
Yep.
And likes to be able to dominate in a 1v1 setting. So you would expect right now, if Chiefs are going to take the Fizz into the top lane, of course they can flex it very easily because Swiffer still plays it. They're looking to isolate the Maokai and try and get a winning matchup there.
Yeah, and I've heard you say before, the fact that, you know, Fizz picked into the Maokai makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's just a free lane. Maokai can't really train with him. Especially if you take an Ignite up, their kill pressure is through the roof there for the Fizz.
Burning trees, makes sense.
Swiper has reinvented himself, with the exception of last game, as a carry top lane. It does like to be someone that can get ahead for his team.
Rumble Hecarim definitely is most played champions in OPL Split 2. Kensti considering the Nidalee here for Shelby, or picking it up for himself. Of course, Kensti was a fantastic Nidalee player way back when. Yeah. Jinx. There's Raider and Ejim now going to round out the Chiefs lineup, but I'd like to see Kensti on the champion, honestly. I doubt it's going to happen. Of course,
it's not going to happen.
Shelby
is playing it.
Yeah. And Runeglaive now with the buff does mean that Nidalee very, very strong at the moment.
Nidalee is a straight-out assassin until 2 items into the game. Just does ridiculous damage with Spear into takedown, and Runeglaive is a full-out execute coming through there. And probably the sole reason that we won't see much Nuno on the patch, because you invade a Nidalee and you die. So we'll have to see whether Spooks is able to get some vision out there and really control the map movement of Chelby, because all of a sudden, gang pass with how mobile Nidalee is really open up now.
Yes, there's a lot of options here as well. Chiefs taking a while, but Raid is Corki. Definitely made it through quite a way down this draft, and Swiffer going back to a comfort pick in the Orianna.
Yeah, so blind picking Orianna here, not wanting to give too much away in the laning phase. And right now you look at the Chiefs lineup and you think they have a lot of magic damage. Even though this Fizz is going to be built AD with a Trinity Force, still a lot of the damage comes from the W, which is all magic. You have a look at Corki, pretty much a hybrid carry until he gets to 2 or 3 items into the game. They've got an AP jungler as well, which is why I actually like Spooks on Rek'Sai, because it balances some of the damage as the game goes on. But right now, wow, Kenzie goes with Victor.
Yeah, picks up the Victor into the Orianna matchup. Of course, he's going to have a heck of a lot of wave clear here and a little bit more early power, you could say.
Oh, definitely more early power. You would nearly say that with the exception of the huge displacement that comes out of the Orianna ult, of course that shockwave being massive, offensive capability definitely in Kenzie's hands.
Yep.
But you have to take into account what Orianna does defensively for the team. The movement speed through the dissonance, the ability to be able to add all of the resistances and huge shield onto a primary carry like an assassin in the top lane and really facilitate what Fizz wants to be doing. It's not the all-out aggressive pick coming out of Swiffer, but time and time again, he's shown he doesn't need to play aggressive mid-lane assassins to get the job done.
Yeah, it's true. And of course, Orianna, once you have a few items there, does despicable damage. We'll see whether Warble can get the push on, though. Of course, Warble wants to be able to get towards these turrets, use that explosive shot, and get everything done here. But look, Avant, they've definitely changed things up this time around. The Chiefs, again, with a different strategy moving into this game, and we'll see which one comes out trumps.
Avant actually have a really good lane swap composition coming through there. They have the follow that can come through on Nidalee. She's an incredibly quick jungler, and, you know, they've got the bottom lane that shoves well.
Well, we'll see how it works. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to hear from you. Use that hashtag CHFWin if you think that the Chiefs are going to be able to make it to 2-0 in this semi-final, or use the hashtag AVWin if you think that Avant Garde are going to be able to find their first victory in this semi-final match and really push it to the Chiefs.
Yeah, and once again, the change-up has come through from Avant. They have a much different lineup coming into this game.
Yeah.
So the pressure is on these guys on your screen, the favorites, to be able to take it.
A lot of pressure on both of these sides, and Avant looking to try and prove themselves, but the Chiefs making their way onto the rift. As you can see, Avant trying to do what they can. And it looks like a defensive start for Avant, but the Chiefs all grouping up early.
Yeah, good level 1 coming through as well. They have the Orianna ball to scout some brushes, as well as the bind that can come through from Morgana. But some good wards and saplings going to catch him out.
Yep,
value.
So much value on that sapling.
He started the AP item. Would have got like 15 gold.
I want to know the nursery that he bought that tree from. A lot of worth there. Actually, Corki is going to be heading back to base here, by the looks of things, and everyone seems to be swapping positions. So a lot of lane swap boards to go down from AV.
So this is so cute out of Warble. He knows that all the vision is deep. So he just marches up the river where there is 0 wards and sneaks into a brush to guarantee he will not be spotted out. He can hold the wave. They can maybe show the Braum around the map somewhere on the bottom side, and then they'll get the lane swap.
He can. Of course, no vision on the bottom side of the map here for the Chiefs, so they're not going to see the giant Doormaster himself.
However, the problem is that there is a very real danger that they get 3 buffed here, and they're actually sending... No, they're not. There's a big back ping for Warble. Stay where you are.
Wake up, Warble. You're backing. Don't let it go through. Well, looks like the lane swap is going to come through from Avant.
Yeah, but potential 3 buff going to come through for the Chiefs as they have started on red buff, and it doesn't look like Destiny's going to check it. No, he is.
Yeah, he's checking it here. Does discover the fact that Swiper and Spooks are hanging around. Shows himself for a moment. I have a door. Don't you battle me.
Needs to be careful now. Spook's going to get level 2. Actually, doesn't stick around for it.
Yeah, Destiny going to take away a Cinderling, I believe. Multiple things thrown at Ejim, but he's just going to wander away from the soccer ball. Not playing games here. This is a serious semi-final. He's not going to kick it back.
So we have lane swap coming through this time. See whether they fast push or stack the wave up. Looks like Chiefs already really pushing this wave, not even waiting for the third creep wave to come through. It's going to start crashing into the turret pretty early.
Yeah, shoving it in aggressively. Of course, Warble is going to do that anyway, has leveled up that explosive shot, so he has no choice. He's going to be exploding minions if he's going to be last hitting them,
So generally as a Tristana, you don't want to level explosive shot on the first wave. You want to hold it off, get a point in W and Q, shove it just through attack speed alone, because otherwise you struggle to bounce the wave back into your top laner's favor, and it really can affect the positioning, being able to get your top laner some farm. If that gets frozen deep as well, the Chief's actually going for a swap back.
Yeah, switching back here, you can see Destiny. He's already heading back to base as well as Warble's hanging around here. Shelby takes away the Gromp with Porky in tow. Did mean that they were able to grab a couple of blue buffs by the looks of things. No, actually not. So I believe that was the 3 buff from the Chiefs.
Yeah, 3 buffs came through from Chiefs. Able to swap back onto the correct side of the map as well. And you can see that Spooks gets the level advantage.
And was that just poor jungle movement from Avant? Because I would have expected a bit of vertical jungling here.
No, because the duo lane was on the bottom for Chiefs. So if Avant walk into that jungle and they don't swap back, they just outright die from the collapse coming through there. So they had to give it up as soon as it was there. Oh,
Destiny tried to steal it away.
The fat man is just too wide.
Even when you have a gigantic door dissonance with a lot of damage there under Kensti, Clockwork wind up doing some work there as well from the auto attacks of Swiffer. Death Ray answering back here, and a lot of aggression in this lane. Swiffer with aggressive ball positioning.
Yeah, and Kensti this time trying to match it, but he has double mobility summoners coming through here. So
yeah,
is not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Ignite that will come out of Swiffer and maybe play a little bit more safe.
Yeah, and what do you think about the Ignite pickup here from the Orianna in the mid lane? We see a lot of defensive options.
Yeah, I actually like it. I think that Swiffer's at his best when he's playing aggressive League of Legends, so I do not blame him for taking an aggressive summoner spell into a lane matchup that he's confident to win.
Well, AV sending Shelby here into this bottom lane. Actually takes turret aggro a little bit unfortunately there as the Dark Binding somehow finds Warble.
That was really cute out of Ejim. He stunned Warble up knowing the explosive charge was going to go off. Stayed in range to get minion, the aggro off the turret, and Warble had to take the free turret shot.
Next level spawn. Well, Warble actually finding his way in here as well with a rocket jump. Ejim, nice use of that black shield is going to keep him alive and unstunned. The push continues here on the bottom side of the map. Kensti going down low. Spooks just a bit of a drive-by there, heads towards the Raptor camp. Shelby just can't help taking turret shots.
And it looks like they've successfully defended this turret while still getting some CS onto their top laner. And because Warble's continually pushing incredibly hard and Shelby was in the lane, Spooks and Radier have got huge minion advantage.
I just realized why Shelby was taking so much turret aggro as well. It was the fact that Ejim would just throw a cheeky auto attack, get the Gromp passive, take damage, and then cause the tower to... Okay, Ejim's just blowing my mind at the moment with his cute little tactics. Barrel not going to really zone Porky away. Actually, he's going to teleport back to base. Looks like there's a bit of a problem here towards the top side. Radier.
Once the second ring, we'll teleport back up. You have to feel when that one comes through.
Yep, has teleported in there. Of course, Shelby up in the top side of the map. He's able to grab some more farm as well after his excursion towards the bottom side.
Not the best excursion.
No.
Oh, Porky just missed a heck of a lot of CF.
Nailed those last two though, that's the main thing. Only 3 behind that of Swiper. He hasn't actually been back just yet, still has that teleport available. Dark Binding finds the minion, must have wronged Ejim in a past life. Warble and Destiny continue the shove. They are shoving so aggressively. It's understandable with the Tristana. They're at least able to this time around. Lots of explosive damage here as stand behind me onto Destiny, but Dark Binding is there. There's the flash away. Turret shot lands. First blood to Swiper as he locks it down. Yeah, Ejim looking for it. Oh, the flash away. Ejim, will this be enough damage? It's only one auto attack and it's not going to kill him. Ejim survives.
Warble played that really strange. He thought the jungler was down there. He must have, because he ran away from 2 members on flashing health bars. Should have been able to pick up the return kill, but doesn't get it. Now Radier's just going to Valk on him.
Yeah, Valkyrie is available. Big one hits Warble in the back. Definitely frightens him enough here to get out of that one. Hex score upgrade completed for Kensti as he makes his way back into lane. 54 to 54 CS there in the mid as well. So definitely a lot more even than it was last time around as far as this Victor matchup is concerned into the Orianna. Both of these champions pretty happy to make it to the late game though, and Farm Fest, understandable to us.
So let's take another look at this. Ejim gets a very good stun onto Destiny. Creep Wave dives and he takes a turret shot coming through there. And Swiper picks up the kill. Right here, however, Warble just needs to pull the trigger and jump on Ejim. Instead, he backs away. Probably could have even flashed for the auto attack, got the reset, and then just jumped back out.
Yeah, he just needed one more auto attack on that explosive shot as well. Would have been able to pick himself up that kill in response. As you can see in the meantime, Kensty's fallen down.
So Kensty, he dies in the mid lane. Looks like it was a gank coming through from Spooks because he has the assist money. They're going to be able to pick up the First Dragon.
Yeah, First Dragon goes down to the Chiefs. No Tormented Soil available for the steal this time around. We are momentarily having a look at some things. Swiper is up towards the top side of the map. AV able to get the shove on the top side though. Turret in the bottom lane is relatively low here for Avant. They gave up on it, said that we want to take the top lane out of turret. Primal Surge is there from Shelby to give Warble some extra attack speed. It's going to help him out.
So they do grab the first turret. You know, they've got a huge advantage on the bottom turret as well if they ever swap back into that lane. But it looks like they might continue the push here in Swiper's lane. No, going to back away.
It looks like Swiper's just pretty happy to hold the wave, get himself some much needed farm. Warble says, nope, I'm shoving this into the turret whether you like it or not, buddy.
Needs to be careful though. Serious 1v1 potential as we take a look at that mid lane gank. It was just Spooks coming in for a body slam.
Yeah, needed to see it as quickly as possible.
And then backwards.
Yeah, well, it's always good.
It was great. I saw every angle of that gank. I am now aware.
Speaking of which, AV looking for the 4-man gank on the Swiffer. Yeah, that's the ultimate from Destiny as well after he tanks up the turret. Breaks the ground, pretty upset with all the damage that he took, but Swiffer just going to casually wander away.
And something we haven't touched on very much coming through here in this matchup is the Chiefs knock down the bottom lane turret. It's the LAN experience on this team. You know, the Chiefs, we've seen them in the previous iteration with Rosie involved in multiple LAN events. Ejim no stranger either, formerly of Legacy. But the bottom lane for AV, top lane very experienced on LAN. Warble and Destiny, both relatively new players to the scene, so playing in a live game definitely would be affecting them somewhat. And maybe out of Destiny right now, we're just seeing the beginning of the jitters coming through.
Yeah, might have a bit of jitters. But we'll see, of course. Definitely going to be at least one more game after this, so AV could go for the gauntlet run afterwards.
Oh, this game is actually earned.
Yeah, there's the Chaos Storm as well as Spooks. Oh, getting the flash out of Kensty there. I was in fact expecting the explosive cask as well. Made sense. Hangs onto it. Destiny's made his way around as well. Winter's Bite gets the stun. Kensty locks down the kill. AV with their first of the game.
And they're going to be able to knock down the bottom lane turret at the same time, so maybe even regain some of that gold lead. As Ejim poked off the mid lane turret, and now Destiny coming for another dive.
Yeah, Chelby's here as well. You can see Braum making his way in with his door at the ready. Of course, it is a chair. Once again, Unbreakable is going to stop the damage as Tormented Soul is going to come in, not going to get rid of the creep wave, and outer turret falls, outer turret in the bottom lane as well.
All three outer turrets secured for Avant. They finally have an early game advantage. Using this Tristana well as Swiper hunting down Warble, but he just hops over a wall.
Yep. I don't think you can Urchin Strike through a Krug to get over there as well. You definitely can Playful Trickster though, so my bad. If Swiper wanted to follow, that's all. Confused about that. Does it work a little bit like the Yasuo's E?
Oh, it definitely does. I would be surprised if you cannot get over that wall.
Okay. Interesting. Never actually tried it myself.
Neither have I. Give it a crack after this.
Yeah. We report back, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Nice. Yeah, nice use of the Winter's Bite there with the Relic Shield in order to lock down some extra farm. Swiffer hanging out here in the mid lane, just going to clear this one up. Radier lets him have it as well. Kind AD carry with a whole heap of farm. Doesn't necessarily need it as much.
But you have to say this early game much closer coming through.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That death ray.
No ultimate available out of Kensty. Otherwise you feel that that would have been a dead Ejim.
Up now though.
you know, that's the danger of letting your support fall behind to level 6 at this stage of the game. Swiffer, as well as Kenzie, if they ever catch one of the supports, will just explode them.
Well, Chelby's level 8 as well. Spook's only just dinged level 7.
So after a slow early game where Chelby was helping, shoving in turrets, has been able to get back in that jungle and farm up a Storm. You see 10 CS up, and he's going for a Rod of Ages. This is normally a build that we see if you get an early advantage coming through. Otherwise, Tier is a little bit quicker to stack, but committing for a Bruiser-esque type Nidalee with the extra HP he's going to get.
See how it works as he gets through this game. Are there sort of any builds that you'd opt for, assuming you get that Rod of Ages?
So Rod of Ages gives you a lot of HP, so you can go flat resistances. Things like if you want to go melee form a little bit more, act as the assassin, you can go maybe for the Abyssal Scepter.
Yep.
Always good to go Zhonya's on Jungle Italy. Just can't afford not to, but you also probably need a third item Void stuff. So we'll see what he does choose to go. I actually skipped both mana items right now. I think the mana regen out of Runeglaive is so good that you can go for things like an Abyssal and just play Bruiser Nidalee around the map and kill people.
Well, Chief's able to clear out 2 pink wards here around the Dragon area, preparing for that one, which is going to be up in 42 seconds. Not minutes, that would be a long time.
Swiper. Oh, what the?
Warble uses the rocket jump. Fish goes down easily. Actually, nice flash out there from Warble.
So that's a burnt double summoner spell. Flash and heal, because he jumped towards a minion wave. Generally, you do not want to use those offensively.
There's the flash from Spruce. Actually finds Kenzie with the explosive cast. Destiny trying to help out there with the Glacial Fissure, but he died before anyone could do anything.
Yeah, and Kenzie didn't get the ultimate down. Got the laser. You see how much damage it did.
Yeah.
If he had got the ultimate, maybe AV can fight this. Instead, with Warble, though, they need to go back. Second Dragon of the game going to go over to the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chelby getting in there as well, trying to clear out this minion wave, create some sort of pressure here, but you can see the Chiefs starting up the Dragon, and with no Kenzie.
They're asking. Chelby's pinging for assistant. He wants to fight this.
Chelby always wants to fight everything. Looks like Chiefs are going to be able to take it, and Chelby's going to concede this time around, but I could feel it as well. He just really didn't want to give that one away.
So in the end, Chiefs pick up a second Dragon off a really nice pick generated from the jungle Gragas. Regain control of that gold lead, 700, even though they're down by a turret. And Avant need to get moving, because right now they're in a pretty significant spike, but they're starting to fall a little bit behind.
Yeah, is this where their comp really wants to start making things happen around the map?
Yeah, they certainly do. You know, you can't let Swiffer get towards the 3-item Orianna mark. Radier is like the bridging member right now of the Chiefs. He's definitely in a power spike. He's got the Trinity Force finished up against the makings of the Infinity Edge and boots 2 for Warble. But everyone else on his team is relatively weak. Trinity Force not finished up for Fizz yet, relying heavily on the base stats. When you compare Spooks to Chelby, not even close right now. Nidalee going to win out in that 1v1, and maybe we'll see it right now.
Ooh. Yes, he's very low as well here coming into Chelby, but Chelby just gets out. Possibly just not enough vision here for Avant. Expected that maybe Spooks had a few more friends. Or maybe just not wanting to push their luck at the moment. I'm not sure.
Yeah, playing a much slower game this time around and just trying to extend it. Of course, only 16 minutes in so far, and it's actually Zerkagreaves that comes out of Radier, recognizing the magic damage stack. We might see more of an AD Corki coming through.
It does look like that for now, and is there sort of a better build to go for if you're playing this sort of more AD-focused Corki with the auto attacks? Do you go Blade of the Ruined King more often with the Zerkers?
Yeah, I still go Blade of the Ruined King. I think it's really good coming through there. Gives you a lot of 1v1 dueling potential as they knock down mid-turret. Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave onto 3 members here. Fish comes down onto Kenzie as well. Takes it away towards the backside. Nice playful tricks to dodge and spear from Swiper as Porky teleports in. Does have the Vengeful Maelstrom. That outer turret's going to fall. Chiefs don't find any kills just yet, but they take the objective. Yeah,
a lot expended from both sides. As you said, Chiefs get the mid lane turret. Now Avant looking to reverse the push through here. They feel that with the mana on Chelby, they're in a position to be able to hit back.
Yeah, Scrying Orb down here, so Chiefs know exactly what's going on as Warble able to get the explosive shots on. Nice big one there from Radier, but you can see the explosions from Warble. Porky very far up, actually wandering into no man's land. There's the flash Dark Binding after the pounce there onto Chelby as a lot of damage comes down. Chelby! Oh, he's going to die from Radier as he gets that Trinity Force proc on top of him. Lots of damage. Swiper through the backside takes down Kenzie, and Porky might need to run away. Arcane Smash dodged out of the way of here from Swiper. There's the flash, and then starts backing. Very cute. Urchin Strike's going to lock down the kill there, and it's a double for the Fizz.
So what he was hoping is that Swiper thought he went over the blue buff wall.
Oh, right.
Then he just immediately started backing, like, I might have enough time to get away. But Swiper was like, you were really close to that dragon, wolf wall there. I'm going to check that one.
Yep, cute.
Oh, Kenzie.
Yeah, Kenzie gets caught. There's the shockwave. Grabs Warble as well for his trouble. Unable to find the explosive cast. Radier uses the heal, trying to get out of there. A bit over-aggressive, but that's how he's been playing this split. Command Protect's going to save him from the turret there for a moment. Oh, Dark Binding very, very narrowly misses onto Chelby. They take another inner turret. Chiefs just destroying structures left, right, and center. It's about a 4,000 gold
one
lead.
tiny advantage in the game. This was 1,000 gold 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then completely rip you apart. You see that the Avant, they made that one mistake, tried to defend the turret and then re-siege down mid lane, weren't able to get it, and the Chiefs just completely destroy them in a team fight, grab another objective on the map. All of a sudden, Avant are like, we're really far behind.
They certainly are. You can see Chiefs once again with massively aggressive warding. You can see all through the jungle here. Just vision down all over the place and surrounding the Dragon.
Certainly is, and that's going to be the next focus. A minute 40 away. Radier refreshing the red buff there. Has opted for the Blade of the Ruined King Rat. You can see sitting on the blue Bilgewater Cutlass so far, and it's still not Infinity Edge finished up here for Warble.
It looks as well, the different thing here for the Chiefs is the fact that last game you had Spooks with gigantic kill participation. Chiefs were only going for their kills when they had the man advantage. This time round, a lot more spread out with all of the kills. Seems like gank squads were how they were playing this one.
Well, they have a legitimate duelist on the back end of it. It's Swiper that is the exception to Spooks' kills right now, because he was able to solo out 2 people after his teleport last time around and pick himself up a couple of kills. So they have this kind of 4-man squad with the Orianna, Morgana, Corki, and Gragas roaming around, and then Fizz is just left to his own devices, and right now, no one can catch him. Wow.
Oh, there's a shockwave onto 3 people. Swiffer, it was as if he was caught out, and then decides to halve the health of the AD carry, and AV rethink their plan.
Yeah, Destiny threw the Q instead of the Ultimate through there. Ultimate has a little bit more width and some length on it as well, but not able to get in there.
Oh, Kenzie, though, he's caught on the bottom side. He's burning down now as Radiant's able to finally lock down that kill. Wasn't going to let Ignite take that kill.
Certainly was not. And all of a sudden, the Chiefs are a real chance to crack the base here. Actually might just go back into the top and mid lanes and see if they can grab the 2-for-1 special. But Avant starting to really struggle under all of this map pressure.
Yeah, it does look like they're going for the good deal here as Command Dissonance doing a bunch of damage there to Porky, who's supposed to be the tank for this team. Only a Righteous Glory completed though. AV lose the inner turret, but not going to lose the base just yet. Swipe is going to lock down the last remaining inner here, and it'll make it 6 for the Chiefs in comparison to the 3 that AV managed to take down in the early game. Oh, actually, Destiny able to get here in time to try and prevent Swipe from taking that one down. Can't get the panic creep. A little bit unfortunate. Yeah.
The Chiefs just know exactly how to play this map right now. They take out the outers, rotate back towards Dragon, make sure they're suffocating Avant off every part of the map that they can. Take the maximum every time. Good back timings coming through here, and going to be able to continue to pressure probably around the Baron area next time around.
3 dragons to 0 now as well, so the Chiefs continuing their trend of monstrous dragon control. Has been how they've been playing all split long. Looks like Swiper also going for a Blade of the Ruined King as his second item. Going for Duelist Fizz, wanting to kill everyone on the map.
Just means he always wants to be late to the team fight.
Yep.
It's kind of funny, but he wants all the big cooldowns to be over, the team fight to be nice and separated, picking off the stragglers and making sure that he is the annoying Duelist Fizz coming through there that has a heck of a lot of burst damage. Also means that in the split pushing scenario, Porky can't go anywhere near him because there's 2 levels and 2 huge offensive items about to be finished off.
Yeah, Chiefs now able to clear out this Baron area as well. You can see Winter's Bite from Destiny not doing a whole lot to deter Spooks from clearing this ward. And Shelby with that Rod of Ages stacking only at 3 at the moment. Probably going to have that capped out at about 29 minutes. A little bit late of course, will be looking for that spike in damage. Now with the Rod of Ages giving you a little bit more AP, it is probably going to be a little bit more worth it than it otherwise was to grab it a little bit late.
And Chiefs just controlling the jungle. You see now walking in. Oh, Wobble's caught.
Oh, wanders around Spooks, avoids the knock-up. Oh, smart. Rocket Jump's going to get him to safety, though. So Chiefs transition their aggression towards the top side of the map. It's in a turret not long for the world.
They're able to take the last out of the spike.
Yeah,
started.
There's the flash into the body slam. Chelby actually flashes over the wall. He's going to save himself here. So junglers trading their flashes. Not much more going to be found here. Oh, spear dodged out of the way by Ejim and delivered to Swiffer.
Swiffer's like, front line, please take some spears.
And to that, Ejim says, "You've got a shield, buddy. Use it." He's going to be okay, though, as he just clears out the mid-wave. Shelby might need to be careful of the aggressive ball positioning of Swiffer. You can see Kensti standing well back from that one.
Once again, Kensti went this utility-focused build. The wave clear that's going to come out has some penetration for the other members of his team, but hasn't gone the selfish death cap Athenes like Swiffer has. Swiffer's just all about himself this game. Of course, with the huge ratios that come through on the shield, helps the rest of his team. But if he ever catches an offensive shockwave versus what Kensti can bring, just because of the build path that Kensti has gone, he's going to rip people to shreds.
20% cooldown reduction there available from the Athenes as well, so able to do it a fair bit during this game. And with Rabadon's being, a little bit more efficient as far as the build path is concerned, it might actually see a little bit more Orianna here, just because you don't have that needlessly large rod necessity for the back time.
Well, you still do, it's just a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you don't need to wait for that 1600 gold.
Yeah.
Or, of course, if you just have the 1600 of the needlessly large rod, then another 1700 more. I just feel like it's a little bit cleaner to grab that death cap.
Cleaner to build, but it also hurts well.
Yep, Dark Binding going to land here. There's the Soul Shackle. Shockwave for fun there from Swiffer. As Chelby's actually taken a while to die. Swiffer in the end gets the kill delivered over to him. Spooks and Ejim being very nice.
Deny Spooks the assist is what it was. Didn't want... Oh, Kensti. Good use of the transfer power to get a speed up.
Yeah, didn't even use the Ghost there as Ejim did have to use his flash. Death Ray onto Spooks does a bit of damage. Explosive starts doing some work at the same time. Porky holding off Swipe here on the bottom side. Actually has recalled back to base. Doesn't have Home Guard here, but we'll see whether he decides to pick it up. Nope. Just going to head back towards that bottom side. And Chief standing in the Baron Pit have decided not to sweep out this ward.
Actually can't see it with the pink. So they think that the ward vision is gone, but is not yet.
Interesting. If they just attack moved.
No, I don't think they can see it.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, they can.
Yeah.
No, they can't. See.
Oh, they can't. Okay. Got it. That is so cool. AV with a slight outplay.
You got to take the little advantages at this point.
Oh, Ejim going to be discovered. Winter's Bite lands on him as well. Might try and deliver a ball in, but doesn't have the flash.
Meanwhile, there's a 60 CS advantage for Swiper in the bottom lane. He's just forcing Porky away time and time again.
Yeah, almost has Blade of the Rune King completed as well. 3-0-0 Fizz is a scary thought. Had to use the Righteous Glory, in fact, out of Porky, and that means a bit more now on this patch. 90 seconds to wait before that item's back off cooldown. Maybe they need to get the Miracle team fight. They need to get the fight where they have it on their terms, and it has to be soon. And without the engage of Porky, it might be difficult. See whether they can make things work. Having the Spook steals away the red buff, unable to get punished for it, as well as Ejim waiting in the wings and the rest of the team collapsing on the position. Spear not actually doing all that much work here from Shelby, as Radiant going to show him a rocket. And that one does a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, well, 3 levels is the difference right now between Radiant and Shelby. As soon as you start losing control of the map, Swiffer's here as well. They're going in.
Yeah, they're looking for Porky. It does use the flash very early on. Broken the base of the Chiefs, and this inhibitor's not long for the world as well. They're looking to try and take this one to 2 fronts, though, as the Baron's being started off by the Chiefs. And AV, they just can't defend multiple areas at a time. That being said, are going to stop this one out. There's the Valkyrie, Blade of the Rune King used by Radiant at the same time. Trying to keep that Phage passive running. Shelby, oh, the fish. Not going to find the kitty cat this time. And there's the shockwave. Swiffer actually delivering the kill. Actually an assist going over to Swiper as well. He's right in amongst it. There's the Glacial Fissure. Double knock-up. Warble trying to get some work done as Playful Tricks to come through. Warble flashes out of the way of where that Dark Binding was landing. Chaos Storm from Kenzie gets knocked into everyone. Delivered to Swiffer though. Death Ray doesn't find him. Radier locks down the kill, but I love that play from Kenzie.
Kenzie tries to go aggressive and at least pick up Egypt. Doesn't get it.
Wow. Swiffer's doing so much damage. Radier flashes after Warble after killing Destiny, and Chiefs looking like they're going to be able to take down this game.
Yeah, knockdown double inhibitors, 28 minutes in. It's a 10,000 gold lead. And Avant just can't get a foot in the door in any of these games. 6-0-2 mid lane, 4-0-4 AD carry right now for the Chiefs.
That was a surgical win by the Chiefs as well. Look at Swiffer, 6-0-2. Void Staff almost done, but it doesn't matter. He's just doing so much damage.
Yeah, he's putting in work right now. They'll pick up Dragon number 4, of course, not over yet. Chiefs looking to just continue to control the map. And you're completely right. From start to finish, they're just playing Chiefs League of Legends. And as we've shown all season, if you don't force the Chiefs to play something different, give up certain areas of the map, time and time again, they just take everything from you. Might take a while, but they will do it.
Give them an inch, and they will take your arms and legs. Oh, Shelby's going to get found in his own jungle here, slowed down by the barrel. Radier trying to get the last auto attack. There it is! Can't flash away from that one. And the Corki grabs himself his 5th kill of the game.
Swiffer has also found Destiny.
Yes, and Destiny in a bunch of trouble. Decides to head over to Warble, who might die as well. Oh, didn't quite find the dissonance as Ejim's looking for the Dark Binding. There's, oh, the command attack didn't find him there, but Swiper just insta-kills Warble.
Without
Destiny fell down as well. Kenzie just in no man's land. Swiffer's godlike. He's going to pick up that kill. And this could be the end of the game. Porky, the last man standing for AB. Super Creep streaming into the base. Chiefs were considering going for a Baron, but Swiper, he's just teleported next to the Nexus. He's going to grab the first Nexus turret, second one to follow, and the Chiefs, oh, there was a cute flash body slam there, but Spooks is going to get caught out. There's the explosive cask as Shelby going to fall down, and Chiefs, my goodness, such a dominating performance today. Take down the second game in this best-of-5 series for our first semi-final.
And as you can see, not really that phased about it. There's a couple of smiles coming through from the lineup, but they're just playing their style of game, and it really is fantastic to watch. What a class act coming through the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a game plan. Attack Shelby, make sure that he can't get involved in the lanes, never in a ganking fashion at least, and just continue to dominate the mid game. Give up a couple of early game objectives and just get our carries in a position to do their thing.
Yeah, and it's not like Avant have necessarily played it awfully in the early game as well. It's the fact that the Chiefs' strategic play around the map has just been beautiful. They've immaculately controlled everything that's been going on. And you spoke about the fact that AV need to mix things up and make sure that the Chiefs get hit by a curveball. Is it time to really change how you play?
Yeah, to go in the cellar, get some Gouda out, see if you can serve it up on the platter. Maybe because it's game 3 and they're down 2-0. They need to come up with something, Atlas. And, you know, you look at the back end of that game, it was just Avant. They got the picks that they wanted to. They were able to run into a lot of the turret pushing style that Tristana wants to play. And it worked early, but then the Chiefs just know when they can fight around objectives. They always secure those and just move them